Welcome back, Prime fans. On today's episode, do you like board games? What about scary movies? And what about big TV reveals? Wakanda forever? And is there something about some type of resurrection? All that and more on today's Prime Talk. And the super cosmic news of today on the Nerd Nights News. This is Prime Time.
Talk nerdy to me. Get nerdy with me.
Welcome back. This is Prime Time, the only time where you can have the best time watching TV time and watching movie time. And don't forget the nerdy time. Without further ado, I'm your host, Mingo D.
I'm your boy Snake.
And of course, I am the Hammer, back for the second week in a row. Oh my God.
Let's get it.
Oh my gosh.
Man, I'm so excited, man. I got so much to talk about, man. Today's Prime Talk, so much, man. I want to talk about like just these horror movies, this WandaVision stuff, man. All this Black Panther. But first, let's get to the Nerd Nitrous News. All right, let's start off with number one. Marvel Collect trading card app Topps. They just revealed like 4 or 5 photos of all of the Marvel people from, Winter Soldier and Falcon Winter Soldier actually, and you get to see them in their full costume. But what's so spectacular about this is that you finally get to see Baron Zemo in his full costume. I think he talks like this, and you get to see somebody else brand new, John F. Walker, U.S. agent, yes, the doppelganger of Captain America. So go look that up. You get to see those photos. Baron Zemo looks great. I love the mask and what they did with the costume. I'm finally glad because they didn't do him justice in the last movie. So I'm excited. Number 2, let's talk about The Little Things. No, come at the movie. The Little Things, the movie with Jared Leto, Denzel Washington, and Rami Amell. That movie had mixed reviews. I actually think it looks good, or it's pretty good. I haven't seen it, but I will. It's a rated R movie, and it just broke records at the box office for 4.8 million grossed on its opening day at 2,171 theaters. And I know you're probably thinking that ain't nothing, but it is because it's COVID and no one goes to the movies. So a lot of people went to the movies, and that is amazing. And it's a rated R film at that. So that's really good. Number 3, let's talk superhero Static Shock. Woo woo. If you know what that is, that's Static Shock. It's in the song, as you just heard. So Static Shock has been, as you know, a movie is coming out, but it's not going to be a standalone movie. A lot of people wanted to know, is it going to be standalone like Robert Pattinson is the Batman? No. It's going to be a part of the DCEU. What's so exciting about that is that now we probably get to see Static with Wonder Woman and Batman. And I don't know. Batman's a little weird because Ben Affleck's leaving, but the point is, we're going to see him in the DCEU with Aquaman and others. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be in the future, so we're probably going to be like 2028 or something like that. But whatever, it's going to be there. And then number 4, let's talk about Patrick Stewart, Mr. Picard, and all those other characters he played. But most importantly, Professor X. He talked to Kevin Feige, and he told in an interview why he's not coming back as Professor X. And it's pretty much because Kevin Feige actually wanted him to come back as that version of Professor X. They had this whole thing on how he wanted to come in, and he said no. He said maybe if it was something different or something else or whatever, he would. But because Logan, spoiler alert, ended with Professor X dying in that movie, then it's kind of like he felt like that was the perfect ending for that character at that time for those movies. So he felt like he didn't want to revisit that, as that was great. So I mean, I got to give it to the guy on that, So that's what it is. So he's not coming back. For sure. And number 5, The Mandalorian. What's so special about The Mandalorian? I know we've talked about this a lot, but did you know that The Mandalorian is going to lead up to the new sequels? Like the Force Awakens? Yeah, and all those movies, with Rey. And I know you're thinking, but wait, didn't that get retconned? Maybe Disney hasn't fully said they will. They said they are. But what's so great about this is that regardless or not, if they're going to retcon those movies or not, the fact is that if The Mandalorian leads up to it, The Mandalorian might actually make sense. Maybe. So let's hope for that. If not, the Mandalorian will probably make it gel better with with all the stuff that's coming. That's gonna be retcon. You're gonna be like, well, that don't make sense. What happened to Rey and all them? It'll make sense. So I'm excited about that. Well, that's all. The Nerd Night is new. Let's get that out of the way. That's not what we're here to do. Now let's have Prime Talk. And we're going to get these guys in there. We're going to actually have some good conversation. So first, I'm going to get my part out the way because, they probably don't want to talk about it. They probably say it's boring. But I'm going to talk about it. So there was this Facebook post where they said, what if your board games were scary movies? And it was so dope. They had Uno, and it was like it said, you better hope you get a reverse, and it was like a monster demon hand coming out, and it was like if it was dope. They had chutes and ladders, and it's a bunch of them. So, but the point is, I wanted to ask you guys, what would y'all like to see movies like that? If not horror movies, what about some of your board games or some of your old video, like old games and stuff? Not video games, but like actual like games you used to play, turn into movies, whether it be an action movie or horror movie or whatever. What do you do? I mean, guys, go look at that Facebook post. It's probably not on Facebook. It's probably other places, but look it up. Board games turn to horror movies. Go look it up. But I'm asking my boys here, what would y'all like to see that? I mean, or something like that? What would y'all?
I don't know, because it could be good. It could be really, really bad. Because you gotta think about board games. Like they already kind of had a movie like that. Well, they not kind of. They have had a movie with Jumanji. It was a damn game, and then it got sucked into the game, and it was a thing. But I don't know, man. That'd be a stretch. Because like, what game would you do? Because like, you can't turn like Monopoly into a movie. How?
I don't know. What if like it was like a gangster movie? Monopoly. It was a gangster movie.
I mean,
bro.
Monopoly. That would probably be an easy one to do. Like if you think about it, because Monopoly is basically a game. It's kind of like real life because it was actually for like a long time ago. If you look at how it actually came to be, it was made to show like how corporations can take monopoly and everything like that, like take control of everything, all the money.
Right.
It was an interesting information about Monopoly.
Hey, Danny DeVito could play the dude with the little eye thing, little monocle. Well, he doesn't have a monocle, does he? Anyway,
I think
he could play.
I think if they can make movies like some of the movies that they make these days, like, or some of the cartoons, like Gumball and all that stuff that they make.
Oh God!
I think that they can make a game.
Bro, you gonna get off of Gumball, bro.
I like Gumball.
It was a
You
joke.
don't like it, but listen, there is some humor in that. I get what they're going for.
It was a joke. No, but see, that was one of those jokes that I don't care for. But I could see them doing it, like what was that movie that they made with the food, like Happy? It was like crap.
Chance of Meatballs.
No, there's the food with they was having sex and everything.
Oh God, that was so bad.
What?
Anyway,
what?
No, that's a movie, but it's Sausage Party. But yeah,
Sausage Party. Yes, thank you. Okay. Anyways,
Sausage Party. That movie is great.
I know if they can do something like that. Like, I mean,
I get what you're getting at.
Any of these shows, like I can see Uno. I can see Uno being like a real thing, like the way that like you can, if they do it right, you can have like kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh, type of attack cards.
I'm down with that.
I don't know, but I can see it.
Yeah. All right. Well, now let's move on to some. Huh?
Can y'all hear that?
Yes. Yes, we can hear that. It's loud.
Hey. Why did the Can Crusher quit his job?
I don't know why. That was the segue. It was a great segue. I can't even lie, it was so great. But
It was.
why?
It was really good.
It's a good segue.
Because it was soda depressing.
Oh my
Oh.
god. Why did we let him do that? This is so depressing. Why? With that, let's move on.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Please move on.
Why did
Please
the-
move on.
Let's move on to something that isn't as oh my god, I'm not
Hey,
even gonna
I'm
say
just
it.
saying.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say
I
it.
don't know. Why
Soda
did the man
depressing.
get hit by the bike every day?
Why did he hear about the bike every day? Why?
He was stuck in a vicious cycle.
God damn it, man! Stop this. Continue the
okay.
show.
Okay, let's go on to TV's big reveals. I want to talk to you guys about that. Okay, so two things came on. Also, side note, this is a spoiler alert. First time, Snake's gonna be happy because it's a spoiler, so he gets to go ham. But we're gonna talk about WandaVision. We're gonna go in depth, and we're gonna talk about Batwoman. So if you don't want to be here, please go off, subscribe and stuff first. But liking everything. But spoiler alert, you've been warned. All right. With that being said, there were two reveals that happened in the TV verse, and I'm kind of shocked. I'm like, I don't know, especially about the one with the robot dude, Vision. I don't know. I mean, I guess that one was a little anticlimactic, but I was kind of hoping that he wasn't. In other words, he's dead, and I didn't. He's dead.
I 100% knew Vision was dead.
I mean, but I wanted him to I wanted him to be alive in the sense that she brought him back.
Yeah, you want him to be alive. I get it. I did too, but it's like
he wasn't, and I was like,
if you didn't bring him back with the snap, then you can't bring him back. Can't bring him
yeah, but it's her powers. I was thinking we see her hand. I see that she was like, do something. I wanted her to physically bring her back, because Kevin Feige promised all her powers were going to explode. Maybe he's saving it for the Doctor Strange movie, but he promised that she was going to be super how she was in the comics, and she didn't bring her back. She's just a puppet. Anyway, Snake, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So that was that's bro, that is not a spoiler. That everybody should know that he's dead. He died when Thanos ripped the freaking stone out of it.
Well, yeah, but
stoned out, yeah.
I understand everybody's thinking about because of WandaVision, and he's walking around, but everybody should know that he's not really there. I don't see anybody that really thought that he was actually walking there. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say this. Like I said before, Kevin Feige was like, "You're gonna get WandaVision. You're gonna get WandaVision. You're gonna get Wanda Maximoff from the comics." And everybody knows, you comic man, that Wanda from the comics, she was able to bring people back to life and make things up, not just in a little pocket universe, but for real. So I was thinking that she brought him back, put a soul in him or something.
It's still the beginning. It's still, as far as she still doesn't some of the stuff that she did in the comics didn't come till later, after she's controlled her power and knew how to control her power. Some of the stuff she did, her power went out of control a couple of times before she was able to do that.
Well, I'm mad at Kevin then.
This could be a precursor. Everybody's mainly wondering if
who the villains are.
If this is going to be when the X-Men come in, not if Vision comes back to life. He comes back sometime. I don't know. The way that the movie verse goes, they can kill somebody off and not bring them back. So in the comics, freaking people come back all the freaking time. So but as far as Vision. I mean, I'm still under the I'm still thinking that Suri is going to bring him back. Is going to build him.
Yeah.
That's just my thought process.
I mean, I like that too.
I know I talked about this before last week when I talked about it, that my prediction as far as I was thinking that this is Wanda. Like basically that she was going to be just so distraught over losing him. Like she held herself at the funeral and everything of Tony, and when she was talking to Hawkeye, but I think that she just kind of just snapped, and this is her power, and she just happened to be in that town, in that town for some reason. But there's still a lot of questions because she still looks kind of confused in times herself. So we can't, like at the end of the last show, they were saying that it's just Wanda, but I can't totally lean on it's all Wanda, because why, there's like, why are some of the people that are there with them, I don't know if they are sword agents, but whenever they were going through the footage and identifying people, they had their names and they had on a sword at the top, and it looked like a employee file type thing. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe that's just how their paper looks. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, well, another thing that everybody's been talking about is that there's purposely two villains that may or may not, because Mephisto, and the reason why Mephisto, because she had the babies, and in the comics, she had the babies, it was because of Mephisto manipulating her and all that, and the babies, and they end up turning demons and all that. And then, so that could still be it, unless they're writing that off, and that could be another way the X-Men come in. And then there is Agatha Hart, something like that, and that's who everybody's thinking that that next door neighbor person, lady, or whatever, they think that she might be Agatha, and she's like a real powerful witch that's technically who has the chops to possibly manipulate her in that sense, because she's not necessarily on Doctor Strange level, but she can be apparently. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, like you said, it's a lot. We don't know what they're doing, but that could be.
I haven't heard those two theories because as far as her being a witch, what's her name? Like there was a I guess it was like a leaked footage. There was a lot of leaked for the next episode or something, where they're actually in their old costumes and stuff, walking around like Vision. But Vision was actually himself talking to her in in a car. Like she was sitting in the driver's seat car.
Right.
And she sees him and she's like, "You're one of the Avengers. Are you here to save us?" Like she was serious. Like she thought that he was actually there. Like she wasn't going to play the part anymore. She's been playing a part. I mean, she was like, she saw an Avenger and she was getting like, "Are you here to save us?" Like trying to figure that out. So I don't see that from that, Yeah. If she's a witch, like she would have tried, if she was behind it, she probably and saw him like that or something. She would either wiped his memory back to where she didn't have that kind of reaction or something.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'll hit it or something. I'll message, not message. We'll put the footage. I'll send it to you. That way you can see what it's just different theories that people were talking about and whatnot.
Well, I know, but the main theory that was being talked about is that it's Nightmare. That because of Nightmare was he's with the whole Doctor Strange Universe of Madness. Everybody's saying, they're saying that this is going to lead up to the Universe of Madness. And they're saying that, Nightmare is him and Doctor Strange go back and forth. And this was be a way for him to, because he's always trying to get into the real world. And because she can actually make shit real, like he's attacking her nightmares and causing this. And that's one of those things. So that's that was the main theory that's been going around. So I haven't heard the other theory.
Yeah. Well, definitely, guys, we will let you guys know when if any one of those theories pop up, because actually all of them are great. Any one of them be great as long as they give us something. I'll take it. You might just see Wolverine pop out. I'm here. I'm not talking, but whatever. Then I'll take that one too. Whatever. Next one is Batwoman, and this one it's not. It's just the reveal here is just more so that Ruby Rose, who plays Kate Kane, that she could be coming back as a cameo because they've been mentioning Kate Kane is alive and that she's back. Now, me and Snake talked about this earlier, and I'm with him on this. I don't necessarily think that they're gonna bring Ruby Rose back, but it's still a possibility that they might bring her back on the show, and fans might just geek out. But it's one of those. If they did, it'll be nice. Whatever. I'm pretty sure she probably has a contract. They probably have to pay her a whole bunch. But because she's gone now, maybe or whatnot. But that's the other reveal. But now we're gonna move on to the bonus reveal, which is they said the Matrix just had a leak. I do a leak like this because it's not really a leak in my opinion. And apparently the hairstylist accidentally revealed the name of the fourth movie, which is Matrix Resurrections. So, but there hasn't, apparently it was on like a press card thing that was on the jacket. So, I mean, what's interesting to me about that as a reveal is that means that somebody or some bodies are coming back. Maybe they could bring back Morpheus. Maybe they could bring back the one that Jada Pinkett played. I think she died also. Didn't she die? Naomi. And then they could bring back. Yeah, they could bring back. They could bring back any of them, or Agent Smith. He can come back. I don't know. I mean, I'm excited because just that name alone means they can do a lot of stuff. But you know what the Wachowskis have done? They pretty much create this crazy universe. So I mean, I'm excited to see what they're going to bring to this. And apparently, my friend Tigger is excited too. So we're gonna see what it's all about. So, what about you? Who do you want them to bring back, Hammer?
I mean, of course, I mean, you're not a fan of the show if you don't want Neo to come back. Like, period. Like, being that he was basically, if you want to try to put a reference to it, somebody didn't watch the movies, pretty much that he was like God mode in the Matrix at the end. It's like, why would you not want Neo back? And it's Keanu Reeves, bro. Like who don't want Keanu Reeves? Like, I think with the movie being called Revelations, it kind of makes sense since the other one was Revolution at the end.
Yeah, all these R's, man.
Matrix Revolution. So like you had that whole fight that had to happen. Basically had to have the end game had to happen. You saw it happen in the movie. If you haven't watched Matrix, I mean, you should probably go back and watch those. Pretty sure they're available on Netflix or on Amazon Prime or something.
Hulu.
They're out there. But if you're gonna call it Resurrection, I do believe you gotta bring back Neo, man. You gotta bring back Neo.
Yeah.
And the only reason really bringing back Neo, I would think, would be because Agent Smith or something worse than Agent Smith, and I just don't know what would be actually worse than Agent Smith.
Well, what if Neo was the bad guy? We gonna stop. I mean, that'd be dope.
There's a possibility. That could be a thing.
That'd be dope.
Maybe he's just obsessed with keeping everything in order, and somebody has to try to stop him.
Yeah,
that's could be a thing.
All right, and now moving on, guys. Let's talk about the last thing. I'm gonna talk about some Black Panther news. I'm not gonna go too much into the super details of it, but a lot of you guys have been following Black Panther, and the news is going on. Everybody, they've been trying to figure out how they're going to progress to change, to figure out who's going to take up the mantle in the storyline. And then some was like, his sister. Some was like some of the other candidates that was in the comics that people want to take over. And then everybody's talking about Killmonger. I'm gonna talk about Killmonger for a second because Disney, after certain backlashes from Shuri and others that fans have done, and just real quick because we're not gonna rant on it too much, but it's just crazy how cancel culture always tries to do things and they bother these celebrities and whatnot. Y'all, come on, y'all gotta do better. I mean, it's just better things to do with your life. Go play a video game, go kiss a girl, do something, but it's better things. Anyway, moving on. Disney is talking about that to, Disney's smart. Well, Disney as is his own entity. The people of Disney, Kevin and others, they're talking about taking Killmonger, possibly, we don't know yet, and bringing him back to get a redemption, so people can see Killmonger come back, get a redemption, and he might take up the mantle for a second just to be like, I don't want this anymore. Why I can't be him? And then he teaches Shuri, she becomes a Black Panther, and then maybe it's like a constant, each movie they pass it to somebody else maybe, or whatever, or, you know, maybe get a robot Black Panther. I don't know if that's a thing, but if it is, I want to see it. But, you know, regardless, I mean, I really hope they do well by it. It's Kevin, it's in Kevin's hands. So I think Kevin's going to do well. Now, do I like the fact that it seems like Disney is caving to pressures of fans? Not necessarily, but, you know, and I know why, it's for money. So Disney won't lose that money because they want people to come watch the movie. I get it, you know, but this might actually help it. The guy who did the Black Panther, the first Black Panther movie, one of the producers, I can't remember his name, but you can go probably look it up and Google it. His company is working with Disney, and they're going to do the Wakanda World, or World of Wakanda, I believe, and they're going to be pretty much doing all the Disney Plus shows, animated to non-animated, live action. So what I am hoping is that these stories will tie in certain things, whatever. So that way, if Disney just decides, you know what, forget y'all, we're gonna just make the movie with Shuri, people won't get mad. And like I said, I know, we shouldn't have to have that for people to understand, but we live in this day and age where you have to, like, sometimes baby people or break stuff down. But it is. But the point is, I'm happy for that show, for those shows, because I want to see all the content. Maybe we get to see like new vibranium tech, you know, I don't know, vibranium laser missiles and other things like that, stuff from the comics that we don't necessarily get to see. You know, maybe we get to see Spider-Man in a vibranium outfit on there. So I don't know, I'm excited because I would like to see Spider-Man in vibranium. Actually, that would be dope. I actually want that myself. So, you know, I'm excited. But with that being said, guys, that was Prime Talk, where we talk to you guys about all the stuff that we love, you know, the board games, TV reveals, Black Panther, you know, Matrix. So that goes on. So again, this was Prime Time. This is how we do it every Prime Time. Ha, see, I did there. That was good. That was good. I like that. Pat my back. Good job there. Like that. Anyway, so
seems a little difficult for you.
Wherever, man. Wherever. My arm's a little hurt. So thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure that you like, subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, like us here also on YouTube, and please comment and tell us what you want. Not just from Primetime Mingo D, even though I know I'm great, but from the Get Down Hammer, from Nerdmation, from Tech Talk, and that'll be it. So we'll see you guys next time, and stay nerdy. Prime time nerd? I don't know, whatever.